me, let me know. You're a strong woman, you're doing okay. Why are you licking my armpit? What's goody? What's goody? Alright, so I know it's been a while. This video is about. I plan on being a lot more transparent in this process, but it's hard. It's hard. I put a lot on my plate by trying to become a YouTuber with a newborn, because who, what, like, girl. So I had to scale back on a lot of stuff. I had to, like, I actually filmed 4 videos, but they never got edited. Because I didn't have time. I started my first full-time job 3 months after I had Corey. I started my first full-time job 3 months after I had Corey. We dealt with separation anxiety. I've dealt with the struggles of breastfeeding. I'm trying to wean now, failing miserably. I had to re-fall in love with my body. Like, in the grand scheme of things, these would have, they're still happening. I'll put it that way. In the grand scheme of things, all of these different things that I've been experiencing are very much still happening. They say postpartum takes like a year, but how long does it take? Okay, yeah. So it takes longer than that. Because like right now, what is it? It's November. We got depression, we got postpartum, we got seasonal depression, and then we have like pandemic depression, which I don't think anybody's ever even touched on, but it's not pretty out here for folks. I also dealt with like that postgraduate thing, because I'm still not technically working in my field, so I'm trying to figure all of that out. Yeah, doing a career change out of like where I'm at right now is in like admin, and I want to do more so like health education, but it's hard to stay focused on one thing, ain't it, Corey? Yeah. Real quick, here are my 5 go-tos that have helped me deal with postpartum depression and anxiety. Amazing support system. I had a good support system, and it came in like different shapes and forms. Like some of my relationships with family members got stronger. Some of my relationships with friends, they all knew different parts of me. They all gave me advice from different parts of how they see like me operate and deal with life. So there was that. My parents, like, you know, they don't live here with me, but at the snap of a finger, they're more than willing to come up and help. Like my mom helped clean the house and all the stuff like that. Like, and one thing I liked about my support system is they let me, for the most part, dictate how I needed them to help. Which is good and bad, but like, they weren't just like awkward, like doing this and doing that, cleaning these things, or, you know, taking a baby out of my arms and stuff like that. They waited for me. They asked my opinion on like, okay, what do you want me to wash dishes? Okay, where do you want me to put these dishes? Oh, do you want me to watch her? I can do that for 30 minutes. Do you want to take a nap real quick? Like, it was a very like, it wasn't an easy transition, but the way the transition was handled made it easier to deal with the transition. So then the other one is words of affirmation. I had to speak love into myself and love into my life, because obviously I love my baby. That's a given. But the thing that I think people take for granted when it comes to postpartum depression is you're in a totally new life, so you have to tell yourself you have to retrain your mind that, like, okay, like, I think media plays a big role in the words of affirmation. Well, at least for me, because you see there's 1,000 different ways to be a mother. A lot of like media resources for some reason that I saw, like whether it be Pinterest or Instagram, they were useful for like stay-at-home moms, but they weren't useful for like working moms. So I had to figure a lot of stuff out on my own when it came to like working out, nap, sleep schedules, eating habits, developing the new stages that babies go through. Like the advice would be like, okay, start out at 7 in the morning and then at 12 o'clock, and I'm like, 12 o'clock, sis, like I'm on the clock and she's at daycare, how can I? So like affirmation is you configuring yourself in the things that you need first. And what I was saying about social media was like the snapback culture doesn't exist. I had a 10-pound baby, like there was no snapping back from that. I had to really relearn what my body was capable of, because I didn't work out throughout my pregnancy. The gestational diabetes had me like scared to eat certain foods, but then also I developed like horrible eating habits throughout my pregnancy. I'm not gonna blame that on gestational diabetes, but like my mind changed a lot. So I have to literally talk to myself and tell myself what it's going to be. And I guess that's what I mean by words of affirmation. Like I'm not finding a quote and repeating that quote to myself. That's not me. I'm literally like talking to myself. People in my life had to talk to me. They had to verbally let me know, you're a strong woman, you're doing okay. Why are you licking my armpit? But yeah, they had, I had to hear it. I had to hear it before I could feel it, before I could see it. So be mindful of what you're surrounding yourself with and like who you're surrounding yourself with, like what they're saying to you. So that leads me into like finding your triggers. I think when I wrote that, like lack of sleep triggering. I just know I'm gonna have a bad day if I don't sleep well. Dealing with certain people in certain times, dealing with different attitudes, trigger words, gosh, like it could be so many different, whatever you notice that like when it happens you kind of like go a little shaky. So like if social media is a trigger for you, if seeing like a whole bunch of pregnant celebrities is a trigger for you, delete social media. If your partner asking what's for dinner today after you've had a teething 9-month-old on your hip who's dealing with separation anxiety, ask your partner before they get home, like, or let them know like, oh, you're gonna have to figure out dinner tonight. Like if your job is your trigger, baby, let that go. Like some people really are blessed with the opportunity and able to do that, but like find what works for you. Don't quit your job, that's me. Please don't. But no, legit, like it could be anything. Like if your mom gave you a hard time when you first had your kid, so now every time she opened your mouth toward your baby you find yourself triggered, fix that. Find what makes you tick, find what grinds your gears, find, so then you know, like 9 times out of 10 when you have a trigger and the steps leading up to that trigger. So like then start navigating your life in order to not have that happen anymore. And if it's a thing of communication, like with the people around you and telling them like, hey, when you say this, be open, communicate. That's the only way you, it's the only way. Because like, I don't know about y'all, but as far as me, when I became a mom, I got a new voice. Because she can't speak for herself. I gotta speak for her. So therefore, we all gotta be straight. And do what you will. Do what you must. Do what you must with that information. Be stressed physically. That energy cannot be created nor destroyed, and but it can, you know, science. A way to physically release stress, whether that means typing a nasty email to your boss and not sending it, whether it means journaling, so you're releasing the thoughts in your mind and they aren't just like sitting there. Working out can be in different forms. Go on walks, get some sunlight, take your baby with you, find new ways to bond with your baby. Maybe y'all just need to play around a little bit. Maybe that's what needs to happen. But definitely find a physical way to de-stress. Yoga is good. And I just say that because we hold stress in different parts of our body. So when you get moving, maybe you'll feel different about yourself. It means getting up and cleaning the house. If you haven't done laundry in a while, if you haven't washed dishes in a while, like that is a physical way of de-stressing, because you do know that like cleaning. What's that quote I used to say? Clean room, clean mind, that type of thing. Y'all know what it is a given, but love yourself. Like I said, I've been learning to like re-love myself. So within doing that, I had to get back to my core. Like, who is Jennifer? Like, okay, you're a mom. Okay, you're a master's degree student. You're a daughter. But like, if someone were to come up to you and detach you of all of your titles and ask you who you are, like as a person, what would you be able to tell them? Like, what do you love about yourself? Like, if your personality is what you love about yourself, it's okay to say that, but your personality is not an attachment to who your character is, like who people define you as. Like, who are you in yourself? I'm helpful. Actually, right now, at the end of this video, sit down and list 5 characteristics that you love about yourself. You can write them in the comments. That would be fun. You can go find your favorite picture of me on Instagram and write them there. That would be fun. I'm pretty sure I have like other coping mechanisms, but those seem to be like the best ones for me when I first started out. Like I said, starting from square one and refiguring out who I am as a person. Yeah, but yeah, just want to keep it short and sweet. You know what it is. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll be back before years up. I promise y'all I'll be back. Maybe like once a week. It's in you. But yeah. Wanna say bye?
Okay.
Wanna say bye? Say bye bye. Bye bye. No? No. And another thing. Terrible twos start at 9 months. Period. I don't want to hear nothing else. I don't care. It's not called the terrible twos. It's called your child has a personality and they're gonna want what they want out of this world, and because they don't know what no is, no one's ever told them that no is possible, they're going to try and get it. Don't say no one ever told you. Don't say it, because when you stressed out because your child crying because they can't have a pencil that's gonna poke them in the eye at 10 months, don't say that I didn't tell you that. Okay? We out here.